Twitter founder Jack Dorsey announcing his resignation as CEO, but conservatives are worried his replacement could be even more dangerous for free speech. Beverly Hallberg from the Independent Women's Forum is here with me now to break it all down. Beverly, great to see you. Here is the replacement, Parag Agrawal, on the First Amendment in his own words. Quote, "Our role is not to be bound by the First Amendment. Where our role is particularly emphasized is who can be heard. The scarce commodity today is attention. There's a lot of content out there, a lot of tweets out there. Not all of it gets attention. Some subset of it gets attention. And so increasingly, our role is moving towards how we recommend content." Look, while he's technically right on the First Amendment law not binding a private company like Twitter, what does a statement like that mean for conservatives who, quite frankly, Beverly, are already censored on this platform?
Yeah, if you thought Twitter was already an enemy of free speech, buckle up because it's about to get worse. You just heard those comments by their new CEO, and he is going to be more focused or less focused on free speech and more focused on what he views are the important issues of the day. So he's going to be acting more as an individual who wants a social platform to have an angle. So I think when it comes to conservatives and conservative ideas, we can expect more censorship than we've already seen. And we're also going to see a ripple effect into all of media because, as you know, Todd, much of media these days does report on what prominent figures are saying on Twitter. So this will have a big impact, and I think this is bad news for free speech all the way around. It
is a frightening echo chamber that just could get more frightening. But wait, Beverly, there's more. Parag Agrawal on this tweet comparing all white people to racists, quote, "If they are not going to make a distinction between Muslims and extremists, then why should I distinguish between white people and racists?" Allegedly from a joke that he was parroting. But regardless, was it that tough for Twitter to find somebody who didn't make comments like this to be its next CEO?
You would think that they would understand the importance of scrubbing past tweets, things that could be controversial, even if it was said in jest. So I think this just points to Twitter not being worried about those types of comments. They are worried about what conservatives say, but they're not worried about what liberals say. And as you mentioned, Twitter does have the right to say what they want and run their company the way they want. But I think this is going to be a social media platform that's less and less favorable to diversity of ideas and only focusing on one angle of thought.
I want to get your thoughts on this as well. Best Buy and Levi's, they're pretty big companies facing boycotts after offering employee counseling over the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. Best Buy calling it, quote, "another difficult moment for our nation," and Levi's saying it is a difficult day for many. How disconcerting is it that major companies like Best Buy, like Levi's, are acting like they don't accept a verdict from a court of law, a jury of this individual's peers, but instead are caving to a misinformed woke mob instead?
Well, sadly, they're even looking to some of our political leaders who had negative things to say about the jury verdict. So they're mirroring what we're seeing in politics. And that is the disturbing part, is that you have companies that are more focused on politics than they are on serving their own customer base. So that's why I think it's encouraging to see people stand up against these two companies and say, we're going to boycott you. We're not going to use your services. Because if you as a customer are frustrated with companies focused on things like diversity and inclusion training or providing emotional support to employees who are upset with the politics of the day or a jury verdict, then what you can do is take your money elsewhere.
We need to stop coddling these children masquerading as adults, because if you don't, you're forced to make decisions in your corporate world like Levi's and Best Buy. That's why they're in the trouble they're in. And that's why Beverly Hallberg was on to break it all down for us. We appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.